Taliban claims responsibility for an attack on Kabul hours after President Obama and Afghanistan's President Karzai met to discuss future relations between their countries. NY1 reports 7 died and 17 were wounded.
A suicide car bomber and other militants struck a compound housing hundreds of international workers in Kabul. The Taliban said the attack was in response to the president's visit.
A blogger for the Los Angeles Times says the Taliban described the attack as signaling disgust and anger at the surprise visit by President Obama. But investigators aren't buying it, saying they expressed doubts, however, that a multi-pronged attack involving a vehicle bomb and a large array of weaponry could have been marshaled so quickly because the U.S. president's presence was not disclosed until he was already on the ground and he left before dawn. Whether the Taliban attack was a reaction to President Obama's visit, one NBC correspondent says most Afghani people weren't worried about the negotiations, but about something else.
For the majority of the Afghans, those who live in 90% of the remote villages of Afghanistan, all they want is the violence to stop. They don't really care about a contract that binds the two countries in the future.
But the fight's far from finished. KNSD says the Taliban has officially announced the start of its annual spring offensive.
As the country's snow melts, making both travel and fighting easier normally leads to a surge of militant attacks throughout the country as the Taliban attempt to retake lost territory and intimidate the Afghan government.
Every year the focus of the spring offensive changes. This year the Christian Science Monitor says to expect the Taliban to target people in positions of power. Taliban officials have said they will target members of the Karzai government, parliamentarians, and international troops. The group has also shown a focus on high-profile assaults in Kabul, such as the April 15th coordinated attacks in the capital and eastern Afghanistan. For Newsy, I'm Megan Murphy. Multiple sources, The Real Story.